Believe we're live? I think we're live. We are live. So, yeah. Hey guys, and welcome to another X-Men 11 flight with Ryanair. So, just quickly set this up as well. Basically, so for those who do know, or for those who actually don't know, because I've not actually made much of an announcement for it. Basically, next weekend, I want to do like a kind of like a day in a life kind of stream where I basically spawn in a 737 at the start of the day, fly for about 8 hours, and stream all that. So, yeah, something to enjoy a little bit later. But for now, basically what I want to do is like a relocation flight kind of thing. Basically bring this aircraft over to Stansted, and where we can then start our stream for next week. But of course, going to stream it, going to fly it, and so this should be a bit of a fun one actually. So as always, we are going to be in a Zibo 737, and yeah, that's basically the main gist of it. Let us get started. So if I quickly tune into that in a second, make sure it all goes live. We can start our flight now. And first things first, we will want to get this aircraft ready to go. So make sure lights on. Hang on, to make sure the sound's all correct, because I know this sim can be a bit messy when it comes to its sounds. Go to sound, yeah, exterior needs to be louder, that needs to be louder. I'm not sure why the wind is so loud. What would that be? Wouldn't be user interface, not radios, not co-pilot. That might actually just be, where are you? XP Realistic Pro. Yeah, it's going to be XP Realistic Pro making that sound. So bring that back down to 10%. There we go. Crew will start their announcements. And I can get this aircraft ready to go. So, essentially, most lights are on, battery comes on, aircraft comes to life. Next, the ground power units. Set chocks as well, I'm at it. Let's get everything ready to go. So, GPU's connected, GPU on, hydraulics come on. Everything else we can then start setting up once the engines, at least once you have the APU and everything running. Don't need window heat though, that's fine, you'll damn turn on later. So, first things first, let's get this FMC set up. So, as always, going to be using virtual Ryanair in the background for sounds, because there is no equivalent to, what's it called, to FS Passengers, unfortunately. Again, the day we get an FS Passengers equivalent in X-Plane will be the greatest day for me, because I just love that program. So let's get everything up. It's all looking good. So I'm not sure if we get the chat working today, if anyone's actually watching, but hopefully it will do, because I know I've had a few problems with restream chat over these event streams. Anyways, position initialization, set the IRS, and set the aircraft aligned. So you two go to nav, back into there. We are departing Echo Papa Papa Oscar. Well, we're actually technically an SMC, but gate 16s are, sorry, gate 14s are closest. And we're using that last position into our IRS. Route is Poznań to Stansted, Echo Golf Sierra Sierra, that goes in. Company routes. In reality, Ryanair don't use company routes, but just make it a bit easier for me. EGSS01. Yeah, during my stream next week, I probably will do it like exactly as you did expect for a Ryanair flight. We got Foxtrot Bravo. Plug that in. Runway for departure today is going to be, yeah, see who's online. I don't know if there'll be anyone online for me. So we'll go to Squawk Box, show who's online. We have got centre of some sort, but they are nowhere near me, so we can get rid of that. Gene 1 to 2.8. WX Echo. Right, so winds are 604. Alright, so wind's heading at 04, which would mean, if I check the runway numbers over here, alright, 28, and that'll make this one 10. So if you want to take off in headwind, we'll be using runway 28 for departure. Plug that in. See what they want. I'm about to start, that's fine. You can go away, Cool, activate and execute. Initialization, ZFW, we'll use the cheap method everyone knows in this sim, which is fine. Get rid of that as well. Spawned in. Welcome stream, Goran, Aviator Heathrow. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Reserves 1.1. We are right there. Actually, I should probably set the fuel up and whatnot before I do any of that. Don't think I can do it from the tablet here, Avi tab. No, so I'll just do it through the simulator. Flight configuration. Actually, I can do it the easy way. Just go straight to fuel. No, not failures. I want fuel. Failures is the last thing I want to set. Let's get up the PDF document of all my flight info. Resume, flight, edit, weight and balance. There we go. So, weight-wise, we have... Where are you? Yeah, if I drag that onto screen so you guys can see it. Show desktop. So, weight-wise, bring our webcam back as well. We are carrying 82 to 6 kilos of fuel. Fuel weight is 8226. But it's going to do the really weird method, yeah. So I want... hey Google. Actually, no, didn't even do that. Right, 8226. 8266. 8226. That'll do me. That's enough fuel. 2 hours 13 flights. That is perfect. So we'll apply changes. Fuel will change. Head back to the FMC. Back to in-game. So we'll redo the ZFW, which is fine. Reserves 1.1. Cost index 23 for Ryanair. Altitude will be flying at 340. Plug that in. And executes that. Next page. Next page. Next page. Don't actually do anything here. N1 limits. And sets the cell count. Takeoff. 10 degrees of flaps. Center of gravity 23.9, and the numbers come in. So it's 140 rotates. Set 140 on that. We stick you into legs. Flaps 10, that's fine. Trim will be 3.98, so I'll set the trim. I'll do. It's being a little bit sticky my stick. That shouldn't be too much of a problem though. Right, that's all fine. Let's actually now set my departure before I forget. Departure 28. First waypoint is Ziggery, which will be you. As long as it all connects, which it does, I believe. Yeah, there's no missing waypoints. And once the IRS is all aligned in approximately, how many minutes? Does it want 5 minutes? We'll then be in the right position. So let's keep that on takeoff information. Route to takeoff, that's all fine. And at this point, let's just now set up the rest of the aircraft ready to go. Shouldn't be too much of a job now since I did most of that at the beginning. So we'll start with the APU. So left fuel tank comes on, and APU goes down to start. There we go. Very quick starting APU today, I must say. Yeah, while we are waiting, we can now click on the exterior. There's another Ryanair aircraft to my right there. Ryanair 439 Delta. He's a bit sunk into the ground, must say. Right, we'll start that up anyway. At this point now, I am basically just waiting for the APU to, not APU, sorry, the IRS to align. So I bring power to the aircraft, ground power comes off, ground services get rid of GPU, and I'll actually pre-plan my pushback, but I won't do it just yet. Actually, no, I don't need to, because I'm at an SPO, a self-moving, sorry, a self-positioning gate. So, no, SMO, sorry, SMP even, self-moving position. I don't require pushback, I can just move the aircraft to the left, and because 28's over there, it's not even that long of a taxi for me. So, other than that, I'm just at the rest of the information. So, cruising at 340. So I said that's 234. looks fine. Speed's 140, heading don't need to set. Flight directors on and on. Another 3 minutes for the IRS to align. Fuel pumps on for the rest of them. Our hydraulic pumps are on. Anti-ice is not required, not required. Set our pressurization to 3-4. And everything, oh yeah, your demo comes on. And everything now looks set. So back to you, back to you. Chocks don't really need. Now go to the lights. So leg lights not required. Strobes off. Anti-collision on. Wing off. Wheel well off. Taxi off. Turn off lights off. Off and landing lights off. It's all fine. Everything is fine. Call the flight attendant if we need it. Yep, we are now basically just waiting for the IRS to align. So that could take another 2 minutes. There's another Ryanair to our left now. Ryanair 89 Whiskey Golf. Let me just check something. Now I'll probably require a really new type sim, so we'll leave it at that for now. But yeah, a few more Ryanair aircraft are now joining us here at Poznań. This could be quite a busy one. Let's actually tune into 122.8. That would probably be quite useful. If we haven't done so already. No, we're not. 122.8. Make sure we're on Unicom. There we go. So now on Unicom, meaning that we can get comms from the other aircraft in Poznań. So that's all fine. Panel lighting we don't really require, since this will be a daytime flight. It's actually quite an early flight for me. Normally I do streams in the afternoon, it's quite early. Our SRC has also now aligned, so we can actually switch that back. No, I don't want testing lights. Oh boy, has that actually glitched the aircraft out? No, it hasn't. Okay. No, that's fine. So positions set. That's all good. That's all good. That's all good. So, at this point, I believe I am now ready to start. So, strobes are on. That's fine. Hope he's, I mean, fair enough, there's only his tail protrudes through the ground. Hope there's enough space for me to actually flip the aircraft around, so I do leave. So, next step for me is to start the aircraft, I guess. So, starting engines at gate. This is, we're getting gate 14 will be the closest one to me. Although again, this is actually an SME, as I say. So, set that to ground. So no, I've done one thing wrong already. I need to set on the APU bleeds. Engine bleeds off. Now, I can start the engines. There we go. Engine 2 starts. Very quiet. I'll quickly adjust the sounds. There we go, that's more like it. Second one will be engine 2. EPPO grounds, PS. Okay, so another one has started. Engine 1 starts. Engine 1 is stable. So bring power to the engines. Engine bleeds on, APU bleed off. APU we can now turn off. All looks good. Squeeze sets the flaps down to 10 since we don't require a pushback. So as flaps lower, we can then also set our TCAS. Probably warn us of traffic since there are 2 aircraft right by my sides, but that shouldn't be much of an issue. So just quickly close the doors. Hopefully you guys can still hear me actually, because the audio can be a little bit, yeah, it's fine. Right, let us now taxi to runway. So SM, self-moving position, SMP gate, taxiing, whoops, taxiing runway 28. So everything is now set for me. All looks good. Actually, nope. Let me set the packs on. Aircraft now pressurise. Parking brakes release. Let's now taxi to the runway. Holding stand for traffic to pass. Whoops. Sim has frozen for a second. There we go. Yeah, so holding stand for pressure out. So basically, he's also now ready to go. And I'll just slide in behind him. Ooh, that can actually went as well. Something may have jumped. That should be alright though. Webcam for now then. So flight time, as I say, will be about 1 hour and 40 minutes. And after departure, we'll be going straight onto the SID, which will then get us clear of the airfield and on our way to Poznań. So like I said, flight-wise, this will be probably one of the easy ones we've done in a little while. And being in the Polish airports, it's a route that I've flown quite a lot. It's not Poznań directly, mainly towards Rzeszów, but for the most parts, it should be the same as. Left turn here. I should probably turn on the taxi lights, that'd be useful. That is that whole position. Set the parking brakes, I'll plane from rolling. Right, holding short. Runway 28, ready to depart. Make sure there's no other traffic coming. Now on the approach, now the comms, aircraft over there is pushing back now. Runway clear, departing 28, Poznań. So parking brake released, sets the landing lights on, runway turn off on, taxi lights off, aircraft is secure, pressurize on, lights set, no warning lights whatsoever. Let us go onto the runway and depart. Trim's been set, flaps been set, probably should set the reject takeoff as well. That's good. Why do I like using... Welcome stream man, welcome stream 1zip, how you doing? How you doing? Like I said, it's not one that I usually get when people describe me. The way I talk, like I sing. Now, when I recorded that video, at that point I had basically been awake for about 22 hours, 23 hours. I chose to skip the night, so I was actually getting ready to go on a holiday to Poland, so yeah, my voice was completely gone then. But I do plan to remake that video at some point. We shall see. So, all looks good. Drops up 50%. Both engines are stable. Let's take off.
80 knots.
80 knots. Aircraft to my left are now leaving themselves. Could be a little more centre, but that's fine.
V1 rotate.
V1 rotates.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Flaps up one position. Autopilot's set in just a moment. 400. Autopilot sets. VNav, LNav. Nope, putting too much pressure on the system there. We leave it. The autopilot's trimmed now. Jet takeoff off. Flaps up another one position. And they've got a sharp left turn coming up onto the clouds. 1000. Flaps up one more position. And then in about another 2 minutes, once we reach the up position on the PFD, flaps can now be raised. All looking good so far. If I actually zoom out on the display quickly. Oh boy, what is going on with my departure actually? Okay, if I go straight to Zigri, just to make that life a bit easier. Because right now, yeah, that was a terrible flight plan. That would be a lot easier for me to run. And as for our passengers, yeah, it's another fairly standard Ryanair departure. A bit cloudy over Poznań, but we should be alright. And that looks good. There you go. The other one's actually departing right to it now. And the third one, I'm not sure where he is at the moment. Still on the ground, I believe. Okay. Cool. So at this point, we are now basically at the mercy of the aircraft. Approaching some of the signs, actually, maybe, just for the sake of it. But yeah, at this point, we are now on the mercy of the aircraft, and for the next hour or so, it shall be in total control of our flights. And as I say, fairly standard one, 2 hours across Europe, a bit less than that. Descent will be in a further, the barometer. Descent will be in a further, how many nautical miles would that be? 324, about 460 nautical miles. Traffic should already be set as well, yes it is. Cool. You now sit back, relax, and enjoy the flights. Runway turn off can come off as well, and then that's not our airport. It's Whiskey Romeo. It's one of the Warsaw airports, probably Lech Wałęsa. And there we have it. So, yeah, like I said, so main thing to talk about will be the next week's stream. So, I aim to start at around 7:30 in the morning, 7:38, depending on what time it's actually. If I turn on the webcam, shall I get back to life now? Activates that. There we go, kind of. Just quickly adjust that once the program comes to life. Where are you? There you are. Cool. So, yes, hello again. Yeah, so, next weekend, I aim to have like a bit of an early start, and essentially just fly in a Ryanair 737 around Europe all day. So, 8 flights in total. She may be 6 flights in 8 hours I'll try and do. And, really, like I said, it's going to be called like a day in a live stream, so I think I've already got that scheduled on the channel. You can actually like follow that and whatnot before it even goes live. But in terms of setup, we turn off the landing lights. It's going to be a fairly simple stream, but a very tiring one, I must say. By the end of it, I will be knackered. So that's something to be excited for. Otherwise, this probably will be my last stream before Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you guys watching right now. Hope you have a good one. And yeah, other than that, we should be alright. So, passing 150, you forgot to start the APU. Come on, man, it's not that difficult. That switch right here controls the entire thing. Otherwise, that looks fine. Like I said, no wind lights, aircraft's pressurized, engine bleeds are on. Everything is as it should be. Yeah, 2.8 are only comms. I don't think we'll have anyone at Stansted later. We could do. I wouldn't mind it, to be fair, but depends how busy frequency will be later on once you do come into land. Frame rate wise, actually I think we're doing quite well, I must say. If I quickly open that. Actually no, we're not. We're quite borderline. 20 frames per second. If I go to passenger views quickly, that is slow. This one is kind of alright. Yeah, that's our best view, because as always, clouds in X-Plane 11, way too laggy. It's the only reason why I don't have Active Sky yet, is because I just don't know if my system can actually handle the clouds, which is a bit embarrassing. Also, why am I looking so pink on screen? It's horrible. Let's just put more light on, shall we? There we go, that's more like it. I actually look a bit more alive. Yeah, other than that... Of course, my trusty Ryanair aircraft, Delta Yankee Alpha. Can't go wrong with it. It's a good flight so far. Everything is going quite well. Oops, you can see the actual windows a bit faded. So we'll turn on the window anti-ice. Engines, wings, windows on. As basically, I don't want the windshields to be fogging up during the entire flight, so that won't look great on me at all. So yeah, you can see it started to fog up a little bit. Co-pilot side's actually doing quite badly in terms of fogging. My side's a little bit nicer because we've got the sun. So yeah, if I turn on the window probe heats, that should just keep the window warm enough to keep from fogging. Otherwise, we're now at flight level 220. Not too long to go until cruise, 12,000, 12 more flight levels. And yeah, like I said earlier, at this point in flight, I can now just sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight, as they all say in the Ryanair, what's it called? The Ryanair safety information. And I'm probably going to use a bit more chroma key, just so I can get rid of that green outline around my head, so you guys probably don't want. That'll do. Yeah, much better. Cool. So, you guys watching the stream, how are you guys doing at the moment is the main question I should probably ask, since again, you guys are the ones watching it. So, how are you doing? You enjoying the stream so far? How are you? I might try and do the flights again now. Yeah, no worries, man. Do, try again. I'll keep the stream open in another tab or something. I mean, forgetting the APU, like I said, come on, you can do better than that, surely. Otherwise, like I said, it's going to be a fairly standard flight for today. If I turn on the auto throttle, it would probably be useful. Fortunately, we didn't get to any issues of overspeeding, so that's a saving grace. But yeah, turn on the auto throttle earlier. Should have done that maybe. Okay, so since we are now entering, well, Lima Kilo, that would be... So no, Echo Kilo is Czech Republic. I'm not sure what Lima Kilo. I think that may be the Switzerland, in terms of traffic. So, yeah, since we are now leaving Poland, I mean, in the evenings, Poland's traffic is generally quite full, but during the actual daytime, yeah, it can be a little bit quiet. Basically, since most controls log in during the evenings, so, yeah, you get a fair few Polish pilots on here. Otherwise, for the most part, flying should be alright. I'll check Stansted's traffic later, see if there's anyone logged in or whatnot. But, it should be alright, like I say. So, coming up to start cruising altitude now, just past flight level 290. Not far to go now. No, I just done the wrong thing there. Let's do that. There we go, that's what I wanted. Not that though. I'll set everything to the aeroplane. Yeah, I forgot to set my stream widgets. So if people do like follow, subscribe, donate, whatnot, it'll be set to the train. I need that in reality set to the aeroplane for this stream, so I can set that all quickly. Right, set to you. Pledges is already set. Cool, that's all now done. Now got full focus for the flights. Just heard that there's actually an aircraft fairly close to me right now. Trying to spot where he is though. TK hasn't picked up just yet, so it should be alright. Let me check that map or something. Move my microphone to the screen, I don't want that. Yeah, I've got a green mic here, so it does make for some fun moments to get rid of. If I just set, whoops, no, don't want that. It's just restarting, okay. There we go. Oh gosh, that's even worse. No, okay, yeah, let me just not mess around with that then. Maybe just get another mic with a different colour then. Because yeah, it's just being a bit weird on the chroma key right now. Let's just reposition it. That should do it. Yep, that's fine. Let's go back to the cockpit as well. So if I now have a look on... Yeah, probably just use Project to Fly, sorry. Just use the radar on that. So what I want to do is find out where this other aircraft is that's flying so near to me right now. See if he is on within visual distance of me. Because again, it's not like in FSX or P3D where you can just right-click change view. Nope, unfortunately we do have to manually set that. So I am here. Whoops. I'm not too sure. I mean, I can't see him, but he might be able to see me. As long as we have got visual contact, visual range, that is the main thing for us. Yeah, frames are now being alright, so I'm at a high enough altitude to avoid that. Speed, we are picking up speed. Again, that's just down to the fact that I had my throttle set a bit wrong for the departure. Whoops. Oh, we set auto throttle VNav. We should be. I'm not sure why I just my throttle adjusted that as well. Oh no, it hasn't. Okay, that is fine then. Alright, that's fine. Otherwise, we are now at cruising altitude 340. We shall be here for the remainder of the flights. Water, I forgot any left in the bottle. Yes, I do. There we go, much better. It's a bit high. There we go. Window has now completely unfogged. You see the propellers now, not propeller, sorry, the windshield wiper is now much clearer. And I will say it's a very beautiful sky outside. I mean, X-Plane 11, I know when it comes to sky colours, if I can find the right option, there I go, show you sky colours. Yeah, so sky colour wise, X-Plane does generally give you quite nice sets for different seasons. And so as you see here, this is like the winter setup. And it does give you a rather nice scene, I must say. It's a very beautiful simulator, this, when it comes to its lighting and whatnot. I mean, X-Plane 11 is like the realistic simulator in terms of like lighting, flight dynamics and whatnot. So it is always nice to see this sort of stuff within the platform. Ooh, actually, if he's on the... no, you can't access the Smart Cards map anymore back into the browser. Will it open in Firefox? Will it open in Edge or even Chrome? Chrome would be the worst right now. Let's open it in. Let's open it in Internet Explorer. Gosh, okay. It's not a browser I've used in a long time. Let's go to Poland. We're in Germany now, since Poznań is on the western border. That's a dead map. Okay. That map is the other option I've got, or even better, where? Let's go with that map. Betware's not so great now since they changed the updates every 10 minutes, which is it's a bit naff, I have to say. It just means that you can't exactly track your aircraft properly since everything is so far behind. So yeah, he's behind me, 89 Whiskey Golf. Also heading to Stansted, I see. Yeah, he's not too far away. He's not too far away. I thought to follow my flight plan. I should probably fill that in.
Okay, so he's quit the flight.
Yep.
I'm currently about 30 miles behind you. I slowed down a bit later to get ahead because I was going to be right under hit you from bottom. I was that close.
What altitude are you at, flight level?
Passing through 30,000 at the moment.
What's your
But I was just below you earlier.
What's
so
your cruise going to be?
3.8.
You're going 3.8, I'm at 3.4, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm going 3.8. I want to be a bit more efficient. You don't mean efficiency. Uber efficient. That's Dad's sweets.
Which ones?
Chocolate.
Oh no, it's mine.
You just have to have the exact one he does.
What, one Freddo bar?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Still a thing, Freddo's okay. Oh yeah, no, they're now 10p more expensive, aren't they? You don't fold for SIDS and stars in your flight plan.
No, as in I've just forgotten to even file a flight plan in the first
Take
place.
SIDS and star. Oh, good job. Post the YouTube link to your stream. Also, I was watching your stream with my wondering why you got that shirt and wondering you look stupid.
Cool. Have I broken this?
Control A?
Controller doesn't work.
Then you've broken. There you go. Go over again.
That's what makes sense. Departure was 12:25. It's a 1 hour and 45-minute flight. 2 hours 15 of fuel. What was the alternative? Alternative was... Yeah, I knew I'd forgotten something because there's no way I could set the aircraft up that fast for departure. Obviously, my flight plan is what I was missing at the start there. Takeoff alternative is that. No, I don't want takeoff alternative. I need my... There you go. Amsterdam, EHAM. And then it's 340. Right, that makes more sense now. Flight plan has now been filed halfway through my climb. Hope that shouldn't cause much of a hassle. It should just update straight away and that's yeah, soon the next updates it'll then pick that up from that sim server. Sounds and looks good. So, since we're now back at our correct setup, now we can sit back, relax. Yeah, so must remember for next week, must set flight plans because, especially when I'm flying so many flights, things could get a little bit, yeah. Towards the end, it's going to be a tiring day. It's going to be a tiring day. So that's I can hopefully put that behind me during the next one. Heading for views, 2 on Twitch and 5 on YouTube. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to the stream, welcome to the chats. How are you all doing? I go to the passenger views. Ooh, that is not going to be 20 frames a second. But yeah, passenger views wise, those are both looking good. Here's the back of the aircraft from the flight attendant's position. That's all looking fine. A nice fill aircraft today. I wish. Yeah, because with the new version of Zibo, if I go to the visuals and show the passengers, basically in the old version of Zibo, the old MD-11 interior, MD-11, sorry, no, it was a DC-8. It was DC-8 interior, to an MD-8 even actually, just there in the middle. Yeah, because you like passenger models just in a couple of seats. Not the highest quality passenger models ever, but they were passenger models nevertheless. And yeah, that was there. But with the latest version of Zibo, the new one, I think they're going to redo the passengers because the previous ones looks horrible. These ones are meant to look a lot nicer than that. Also, spotted some rather interesting waypoint there. Drive out to the left and then straight back to the right again. What I might do actually is go direct to Robeg potentially. I mean, I'll go into Artos, Delta Lima, Echo, and to Robeg like that. Just seems a bit. I mean, it's there as the flight plan for a reason, so we'll keep at it. But if we need to, we can always skip that and give a few waypoints as well. There you go, ETA 13:57. Although that doesn't take into account a start or taxi to gate. Yeah, 13:57. 1 hour and 10 minutes since arrival, as you can now see on top of the stream there. Yeah, just right at the top, especially about that angle there. Well, actually, let's do the smart. Whoops, not that way. Sorry, I'll do it like that. So we are go. Oh, webcam, come back. No, that's a bit too big. Make it small again, please. Just make me small. Let's go wait for that. There we go. That makes more sense. So yes, we are going to arrive at 30. Whoops, I got my finger off. But yeah, 13:57. Just about there. This gives you an idea of how long we've got left of the flights. Cat in the room. Okay, nothing I can do to get her onto my lap. No, come back. Come on, onto the bed. Meow. I'm just gonna sit there. Fair enough, she's gonna sit there. Yeah, one day I'll get her on camera. One day. I guess now's not that day. Keep an eye on comms for a bit. Delta Lima, so yeah, got a couple German airports now coming on to live. Got Dusseldorf, we've got CH, capital of Czech Republic. That is Prague. No, definitely not Prague. It is Prague. Fair enough. Yes, I've got that ongoing. There you go. That map has now updated my flight plan, along with that where hasn't, on the other hand. To them, I am still flying just as a ghost, basically. Well, can't always have them, I guess. I'm fairly sure I've done that before. I've like departed, realised a mistake, and then changed my flight plan accordingly. But as long as the rest of that team now knows what I'm doing, that should be alright. It's the main factor for that. Let's get back to position. That's good. That will do. Pushing back. Okay, so you're now doing another fly again, Goran, I see. A bit to Heathrow. Let's have a look at what you're doing now. See if you can actually get off the ground this time. Would be an achievement for you. I will say, I mean, as someone who does fly the Ryanair quite a lot, especially in the last year or so, I flew them a number of times, even just in the 737 as general. I mean, most airlines I fly with do fly this aircraft, and yeah, just even the sounds. These flights just bring back memories of flying across Europe. I mean, this year, it's been a good year for travel for me, I will say. Been up and down the UK a fair few times, been to Poland, went to Finland, went to Sweden. It's been a good couple of weeks, has been a good couple of weeks, and so it'll be a shame for this year to come to an end, but 2019, probably do a lot more. I mean, in terms of places to go, as I keep saying, I do want to try and finish Scandinavia, maybe Nordic countries as well. Scandinavia's have got Denmark and Norway to do, even more expensive than Sweden, so give my wallet some peace, please. And then Nordic countries also include Iceland. Should be a little more difficult to get to, but it's possible. It is possible. So after those two, I mean 3, I then want to make a return to Finland. So again, that will either be end of 2019 or end of 2020. Either next year or the year after. We'll see how things go. And other than those two, that's mainly it, I guess. Trying to leave Europe for the first time. Should be quite interesting. But nah, it's been a, like I said, it's been a good couple of months. See if next year can do a little bit more with it. When British Airports Volume 3 come out for X-Plane? Let's have a look. X-Plane 11. We have Polish Airports Volume 3, which, oh yeah, it has done. Explains where you got your Poznań for, okay. Yeah, I'm just rechecking because on the second one, so I've got like all the VATSIM maps and whatnot. That's where I've got my main flight information. And basically, I'm just making sure that I'm still on tracks. Again, some of these waypoints just seem a bit bouncy to what I'd normally expect to see in these kind of flights. So I just want to make sure that everything on both ends just seems to line up properly. Like I said, it's a very weird flight plan I've got myself in. Not like a terrible one, but yeah, it's just weird, as I keep saying. Gosh, Goran, that's a fast taxi you're doing right now. Trying to catch up with us, I presume. Otherwise, on my end, where even are we? We are currently over Germany now. Past Berlin. And right behind me, I mean, if I was to leave my camera here for a little bit, eventually we would actually probably see another 737 Ryanair flying past. Same altitude, I presume. Yeah, we're now miles ahead. Control disappears. Not sure about where exactly he is. If I set this to that, yeah, no traffic nearby. If I just zoom in maybe a little bit closer. Weird. Yeah, we'll keep that at 80. There we go. That's now picked up. So where are you? If I'm now getting a traffic warning. Oh, there's another aircraft over there, I think. Possibly. Right there to the contrail. I mean, I can't see it from interior view, but from the exterior you can. So I've got reason to believe that he could be... Where are we on the map now? He may be Ryanair 89 Whiskey Golf. He's also doing Stansted to Poznań to Stansted, sorry. So if that's him overtaking, I wish I could see him contrails inside the view there, but he can't. Yeah, he's now way ahead of me, but that may have been him. Unfortunately, there's no real up-to-date maps anymore these days because it's just all kind of disappeared, I guess. My frame rate back, so I think it's slowed down a tiny bit. It's a little bit dodgy. In fact, what I'm going to do is change my weather. So it's no longer overcast, but just scattered. That will help my frame rates pick itself up a little bit. Yeah, weather won't be exactly easy. Actually, in the UK, it's kind of the weather we got right now, so I'll be happy to continue like that if it means the simulator won't be so slow. That was an abysmal takeoff. Yeah, I'm just watching someone else stream on my right hand monitor right now. Not the best takeoff I've ever seen. Far from it. Man, that was... Yeah, spam click the autopilot button just a few more times, maybe it'll turn on. Config is way off as well. So making a left turn now to our next waypoint, one that again doesn't really need to be made. Just the weird way this aircraft has been, weird way the route has been planned out. ETA, is it still 13:53? So I actually gained a few minutes as well, and yeah, which is always nice to see. Oh no, I'm looking at the map now. He's still behind me, I believe. Wherever Wolfsburg. So I'm not sure who that was with the traffic warning earlier. No idea who that was. Just give it a second to change view. There we go. I mean, for me, winter probably is my favourite time of year. It's closely followed by summer, but when it comes to colouring, even just in the real world outside. Winter's always been like bright, vibrant. I've always liked this time of the year. Summer's nice and warm, but it's always been a rather nice time to look at. I mean, even just outside like my office window where I work, the other buildings, just how bright they are. Very nice to look at. So yeah, I've always liked flying in the winter. When it comes to start my PPL next year as well, that should be something to definitely remember. A few memories out there. Not actually sure when in January it will be, but at some point in January it will definitely be happening. Missing out the seatbelt sign would be quite handy. Yeah, so I've now passed Wolfsburg, and the other guy is just behind me. Not too far away though, although keeping some spacing in. As for the other guy, he's struggling a little bit to get out of the ascents. Yeah, so I set my departure time to 12:25. My real departure time was 12:29, so 4 minutes from where I was scheduled to go. That ain't too bad at all. Did you vacate runway 27? That may be a Heathrow one actually. Yeah, Austrian Air and British Airways. I think it's be at Heathrow right now. There you go, so right turn, and that should make me give me slightly more direct flights now to London. Yeah, it's much more straight out, no issues with the that. So if I now go to that map, do we have any towers online in London I need to be wary of? Someone at Gatwick, there's always someone at Gatwick, someone up at Birmingham, but I can see that yeah, no one at London Centre, nobody at Stansted. Will just be a 1-2.8 manual approach in. Oh yeah, I must point out, it's got the haircut like 2 weeks ago, so finally I can look slightly more normal now. I mean, that was something that was plaguing me for so long, but yeah, we should be alright. Any more chats going on? It's been a bit quiet, this chat, we'll say. This chat has been a little more quiet than most of my streams usually get. Otherwise, I mean, actually, yeah, what runway are we landing at Stansted today is my question. Once I have a number, I mean, usually it's 22, but you never know. Right, no one actually at the airport right now, so if I just load up flight radar. And then move over to Stansted. I mean, I believe it'll be 2-2. Most of the time it is 2-2 at Stansted, but you never know. Which is why this program is usually quite good for that. Let's go to Bishop Stortford. Bishop Stortford, London Stansted. They are departing runway 04. By the looks of things, actually, yeah. Okay. No, so you're just taxiing. No, you've just departed. Ryanair 3 Mike Charlie. I know you've gone around. Okay, 3 Mike Charlie just done. Oh no, no, you just jumped again. Okay, it's 2-2. It's 2-2 in action. So ILS 2-2, and for that it is always. Is it Laurel? I believe it's Laurel. Laurel 1 Charlie. No, Abbott's 1 Charlie. It's always Abbott 1 Charlie. My mistake. Yeah, so it's for the 1 seat at the end. So Abbott 1 Charlie, ILS 2-2. We'll set that. As we never get anything different coming in from this side of Europe. Whenever it's a southeast approach into Stansted, it's always Abbott 1 Charlie. It's never same for both runways as well, 04 and 2-2. As 1 Charlie is the go-to. Oh, he's actually watching me on stream right now. I've just saw that on his channel, Aviator LHR. And I see he's actually now opening up the exact same programs I have on the back end as well. But whether or not he can actually catch up, we'll be able to see. Maybe actually on the centre fuel tanks would probably also be handy. Should be alright in terms of fuel burn though. I mean, 10 tank is fairly empty at the moment. There's not much going in there at the moment. So it'll take us a moment or two to burn that off. Essentially, by getting rid of the centre fuel tank, it just means the centre of gravity pushes forward ever so slightly, which will make landing a little bit easier as well. Main reason why we do need to burn that off quickly. As soon as the master caution light comes on, and that says fuel, which is one on the bottom left, then we should be alright to turn that off again. Yeah, it's 1, 2. I mean, that should technically be set to 10:13. It's standard anyway. Is there a way I can actually where is it? Rhythm settings, align time, real, tops, no. Basically, like you can do in the Toyota 737, is it possible you can actually just what's it? Just have both barometers set at the same time. I mean, it's not the most realistic way of doing it, but when you only have one pilot, it is quite a nice way to do it. Yeah, HP is what I want. Global units in kilos. Radio. Side yoke show. Shock startup. That's fine. Cold and dark's always good. Off. FMX simple. Audio, hardware, realism, hardware. Don't think I'll need that. Aircraft config, just did that. Yeah, I don't think there's a way you can actually set both barometers at the same time, which is a bit of a shame, but I guess not all aircraft has that feature set. Guess that's one way to do it. Hold on here, so just do a quick weather check at Stansted. Let's have a look. So winds 10 knots at 6, few clouds at 36,000, 360. Sorry, 10 knots at 270 winds. Few, yeah, that's fine. Visibility's clear. QNH 1016, so you can set that up for us once we come to land. Everything though does look good at the moment for us. We should be alright. I mean, 10 knot wind, it will be a headwind for us, so that means we can have a nice slow approach into Stansted, which is good. Clouds, like I said, so 360, which means, yeah, once you below that, because minimums, sorry, not even minimums, 100, but once it gets to the top of the glide slope at Stansted, it's about 2,600, if I remember that one, so 026, which is about 1,000 below clouds. And it says visibility 9999 nautical miles, which means meters even, which means it will be completely clear radius around the airport. How's it going? Welcome to the stream, Dominic. How you doing? How you doing? It's going good so far. For me, it's going good. Flight-wise, we've done quite well. Weather's looking quite good as well. Things have been quite normal for us today. And likewise for me, just preparing for next week's stream, which will definitely be the big one. I need to get myself ready for. Otherwise, on this aspect, I guess it's like the more boring part of flight now, because I've actually got nothing to do until we get to the top of descent in approximately 160 nautical miles. Otherwise, I have now set my approach, because it's the same old standard approach for Stansted on the Abbott 1 Charlie approach runway 22, which means, for the most part, we should be alright. Yeah, I hope you didn't send that message too long ago, because I have just noticed that on being on screen. I do apologise if that was sent a while ago with Dominic. I do apologise. Do I have hiccups? I hope I don't. Next plane's just having its moments. That's my entire system's having a moment. The whole actually free itself. Would you like some halloumi? MSG RYR 89 Whiskey Golf. Sure. There we go. I've just been offered some halloumi cheese, which was good. Ooh, there we go. Traffic to my left, but that's not the one that's caused the warning from TCAS. That's not the one that's caused the TCAS warning. I must try and remember that. I'm sure it's him though, like right on my tail. Problem is, I mean, the guy who just messaged me, as in him behind my tail, because we're doing the same flight, same route, same flights. He's a little bit behind me. We're now flying over Onnersbrook. Again, that aircraft that was to my left. Well, how far? 40 knots. No, not 40 knots. About 20 knots coming to my left. He's not the one causing this conflict. There's definitely another aircraft somewhere around me. I just can't see him. Just can't see him. One day I'll figure out who it is. Just don't know when exactly it will be, or if I ever find them. I'm sure that will become probably a dilemma actually when we do come into Stansted. How far behind he will be to me, and who's landing first? Because if he is like right above me and I just can't see him, then we need to sort out our priorities. Who's landing, who's not. PFD just jumped about there. I'm fairly sure of it. Keep on the stream match a second to see if it jumped. No, did it? Well, as we talk about priorities, did the PFD jump? Yeah, it did. It did. It jumped. Okay, I'm not going crazy. I'm not going crazy, guys. I am certainly not going crazy. Oh God, I can't even whistle today. Alright, low pressure. That means the fuel tanks are running out. Yeah, 20 kilos of fuel left. Once master caution's on and those two lights stay on indefinitely, because yeah, they're a bit flicking right now since it's detecting fuel's run out, but then fuel comes back in, because it's like, I guess they've simulated a fuel where it like moves down the fuel tank, sloshes around. So if that's the case, then there you go, the two lights are now solid, and the master caution light has now turned on. So I can now turn off both fuel pumps, and from 20 it has now gone down to 0. So yeah, I was just simulating how much fuel there was, just the fumes left in that tank. Let's do a POV cam, which is always GoPro mounted to the glare shields. Looking forward. Yeah, Airbus with your what is this? Oh, this is radio. Oh yeah, no. Where's the flaps cards? On the 737, which tells you how much flap you can use. Oh, it's on the. Yeah, of course. No, that's the checklist. What's the flaps one? Landing gear. There you go, flaps. Yeah, Airbus with your super FMS computer system flaps limiter. All you need is a little bit of text injected into a sheet of metal screwed into the side of a 737 panel. That's all you need for your flaps limiter. 1 flap 250, 2 flaps 250, 5 250, 10 210, 15 200, 25 190, 30 175, 40 162. That's all you need. Oh yes, and then the altitude is 230. You can't lower them above 230. That's all you need, Airbus. You don't need your super system computer monitoring to do your flaps. It's just a simple piece of metal and a few numbers etched into it. How are you doing otherwise? Yeah, now cruise, no problem. Speed's all fine. People are still watching. It's always a good sign if people are actually interested in new content. Otherwise, yeah, it's a fairly standard flight now. We are, I believe, about to leave Germany. Let's double check the. Yeah, it's now over. Where are we? Coming up towards Enschede, which is on the Netherlands border with Germany. Not quite Belgium. Qantas 9, I'll be an A380 flight actually, QFA 9. That'll be Heathrow to Sydney, and it stops over somewhere in the Philippines. I'm not sure where exactly though, because that's the one that had the engine failure all those years ago. It's QFA 9. So, yeah, he's deviated off course apparently. Hopefully he'll get himself back in line shortly, because that can only cause haywire. Especially in real life though. That's not so much, since the airspace is a lot clearer, but over the real world it can be a bit of a pain. And yeah, a few aircraft, they go EHAM traffic gate 3, starting and pushing, says Austrian 5 Hotel Echo. Yeah, he wants to kill a bunch of people. Just press those pack switches here and just depressurize the entire aircraft. It's always a fun little thing to do, no one ever recommends. Smash Castle seems to connect, otherwise everything else seems to be alright for now. Yeah, a few of these channels are a bit weird at the moment, I have to mess around with it. So, top of descent, not too far away now, about 80... 90... what was that? 40, 80, 100... No, 40, 80, 120. About 100 nautical miles now to the top of descent. 100 nautical miles. Not too long. And then again, with another quick check at Stansted traffic, just to make sure there's nobody in the area. So it's Stansted Tower even. Ooh, we've got somebody. Actually got Southend ATIS. But Stansted itself still seems quite clear. And yeah, there's an aircraft actually on the runway right now on 22. Just departing to, where are you going to? Golf Delta. You're going to, oh no, sorry, you're based at Gdańsk, Echo Golf Papa Delta. You fly to Dublin, okay, that makes sense. And then the other guy at Stansted ground right now is a Ryanair 5 Uniform Echo. And you are flying to... where is this? India Papa Hotel. That is Treviso. Yeah, okay, Milan Treviso. Sorry, Venice Treviso. I remember that's where I did my 1,000 subscriber mini special thing, where basically as we came into land, we got our 1,000 subscriber and had a mini fanfare as a result of it.
Cheese has arrived.
Yeah. Got my my food order from the flight attendants in the back. Being a Ryanair captain, that means I have to pay for this as well, but hey. I've always liked salumi. No, I do like it. Greek cheese. Greece is on my list of places to go. And more exactly, I do want to go to the island of Lemnos. Lemnos is definitely a place I do want to go to. Mainly because I have played Arma 3, finished a campaign for it, and I now love those islands. Lemnos and Stratus. Yeah, that'll be it's gonna be a trip for one day. I mean, it's about 1,500. No, £350 flight one way. Because while getting to Athens can be quite cheap on Ryanair, and connecting flights to Lemnos is not, and only one airline does it. I think it's Olympics, so they've basically got a monopoly on that. You might see what a boat is like actually, a little bit longer, but probably a lot cheaper as well at the same time. Yeah, the Qantas 9's now coming to final, 27 left at Heathrow. So he'll be landing himself very shortly. So the deviation might have actually just been part of his Starlin on final approach towards Heathrow. Or even getting vectors in, might have just made like a wrong turn or something, but it doesn't seem too serious now if he can get himself into landing without much issues. So, I now need to start actually thinking about getting myself down. So, first things first, what I'm going to do is switch over to here. What actually do I want to be at? Like I said, it was 2,600 for the terms of Abbott. So, 2,500. Flight level 080, 2000, yeah, it's about 2,500 I want to be at. Yeah, Charlie India 22. So, if I round that down to 2.5. And what that means is that once I'm at the top of the descent, all I need to do is just double click the VNAV, and then the VNAV will bring me down to altitude. I mean, since I'm not going down stages, there's no tower guiding me down, which just means I can set that prior to descent, and then the aircraft FMS will then guide me down to to landing. I'm looking at my display. There's an aircraft to my right hand side, plus 3,000 feet, heading towards Europe. Yeah, 350, that's a usual cruising altitude, and another one at 350 to my left, somewhere in the distance, both fairly distant actually, because you're at 20 nautical miles, you're at more like 50, 30 even, although yeah, 50 towards my front, so yeah, good chances are we will not be able to see either of those, but it's always nice to know that they are aircraft in the vicinity of mine. So the Ryanair there, 5 Uniform Echo, there's one going to Venice now, Drawyah. And so he's now pushing back, and yeah, so stand 5 on the left, he's now going to push back and move to the runway shortly. So we will probably not, actually, we might cross paths with him during our climb outs, because he's going to head in towards Europe. Otherwise, yeah, a few Gatwick traffics. I'm surprised Gatwick's even open at the moment, because, you know, they've had a few drones whizzing around the airspace at the moment. Yeah, my drone's all locked up. I do own a drone myself. not a very big one. It's like a small, like handheld outdoor drone kind of thing. Weighs no more than like 200 grams. But problem with the whole Gatwick saga is there's a good chance now we're going to get like a blanket ban on all drones in the UK as their professional use. So it basically means I can now never fly my drone again, which is very annoying. I hope the government... We'll see what actions they take as a result of this, but yeah, for me as a drone flyer, during my own like social time and whatnot, it's definitely a bit of a hard news to take because it's not great. It's not a great thing at all what's happened at Gatwick over the last 2-3 days. So I hope that sensible action is taken. I mean, of course, there's going to have to be some sort of action from this, but hopefully it don't restrict us from playing with our hobbies and whatnot. So at the moment, I am now about to fly over Rotterdam. Now flying over Gouda, where that famous cheese is from. Baptist cheese, the best cheese in the world. Baptist cheese, it's called Baptist cheese, do not question it. Gouda is not Gouda, it's Baptist cheese. Yeah, so we got that. Fly over The Hague in a bit as well. And top percent in 40 nautical miles, or we start our approach into Stansted. So as I say, behind me should somewhere be... There he is! 89 Whiskey Golf, there we go. So the other Ryanair is behind me, and not by that much either. I can't see his model, but... Oops, that wasn't much. But he is definitely there. Let's see if I can actually go over to him using a fast free cam. Or at least go as far as I can to try and spot his model up here. I mean, the reason I can't ever see aircraft like in cruise and the simulators are, my guess is down to the fact that because probably to sort out lag. There you go, there we go. His model is now starting to make an appearance. If I can get close enough to him, which is not actually too far now, he will be a Ryanair 737, or at least 737 of some sort. I think it actually may be a Scandinavian livery. Well, it's just he's too far away to actually load in properly. But that right there is another 737-800. I may need to try and get better AI actually model matching while I'm at it. Yeah, so that's a Scandinavian model. You can see the end of my contrast ahead of us. So not too far away now. Not too distant. He may actually overtake me shortly, which is a slight concern. Although no contrast coming off his model, so it looks like that X-Plane does not simulate contrast coming off AI just yet, which is a shame. But yeah, we might see that in the near future. See if we actually get a traffic warning as well later from him. Just like that. Just like that. So I hope he's back at his system right now. I mean, I'm descending very shortly. He'll also be descending very shortly. What is he? He is... no, not him. 89 Whiskey Golf. And I'm just about to leave the Netherlands actually. So we've got the coast over there. We're actually right on the edge of the land now, to try and find a gap through the clouds. Otherwise, we are now top percent. So the throttle's gone down, and the aircraft is now starting to. The throttle's gone down, so we are slowing down. Altitude does not change for a little bit. Why did we slow down then? 781, 83. Okay, so yeah, the FMC does actually slow down as part of this part of the flights. Right, 10 nautical miles to go. 10 nautical miles. Whoops, didn't want to drop my phone on my keyboard there. Never know what could happen doing that. A few puffs as well. What is that? It's not going from my aeroplane. I don't know what that is meant to be over there. Yeah, I'm not sure who that other guy is or why his contrails are visible to me from this point in view. But that shouldn't matter now, since we are starting our descent, so it should automatically do it. Otherwise, we'll just double check the VNav. And there we go, aircraft is now descending. Throttle is going down. Auto throttle just disengaged actually. I'm not sure why it disengaged. Something just obviously it couldn't handle something, but anyways, we should be alright. Nice nose down descent actually, which means speed will increase. Drag will likely be required. Yes, it is. So speed brakes armed. Just to assist with the aircraft slowing down. Well, actually, do need to be at the next waypoints. 276, 233. It's quite a steep descent actually. I will say it is a very steep one. Clear the message since drag is now being used. All looks good so far. Yeah, I've not been paying any attention to chat, I'm afraid, in this stream. I do apologise. Twitch being a little bit laggy, some people have reported. That shouldn't be that much of a case, but okay. I'll double check that in a bit. Maybe just a bit of an encoding issue. Otherwise, yeah. Okay, they were granted permission to shoot down drones in the end. Yeah, I believe they were granted permission, but whether or not they actually did it, we don't know. In terms of updates for that case, I know that 2 people have actually been arrested for it. And they are about to face some sort of trial as a result. so we are live on everything at the moment. That is always a good sign. Mixer I should actually work on a little bit more, since this is meant to be like the interactive platform. But I've got no interactions at the moment set, so that would always be a nice thing to do. And then yeah, Smashcast I think is just completely dead at the moment. I'll do a reset of that later, bring it back to life. Yeah, Auto Throttle has disengaged again. Again, this descent just seems a bit odd. Either we started way too late, or yeah, she went way too late at all. I mean, you can't even do the coast to UK yet. Don't have to send always quite early, but it's not should be the case. Top of descent for level 180. Down to 1-2. Okay, so it does actually like calm down a bit after I desi towards Lapa. So obviously a late top of descent, but we then do eventually level out a bit on. So that's not too bad. How close is he now? He's still on my tail. I believe we have now kind of like, he has slowed down to match my speed a bit, which is a good sign. I don't want to go to holes just yet, but Abbott's will be at flight level 080. We are using max drag right now, so we'll carry on as it is. Otherwise, just idle throttle completely. And there you go. That will now slow the aircraft down, so that's what I've needed for this bit of descent. Idle throttle, drag is in use. Once we get down to 270 knots, I'll then disable drag, will stop, lower the spoilers. And just let the aircraft, I guess, bring itself down a little bit more. Down to 280 knots. Down to 278. Push and start, gate 42 left. Okay, so yeah, there's some activity going now on Stansted. A few aircraft starting and leaving from there. Now turn. Slow the speed brakes, spoilers. We are actually stable right now at 270, so that's always a good sign. It means we're not accelerating or anything. There is an aircraft to my right on the same waypoint as well, about to reach. You just cross paths. You're climbing though at 770, so yeah, he's a departure. Might actually be the aircraft I said we were going to cross paths with earlier. No, you're a Scandinavian 871, so that won't be you. Yeah, the other right now actually may just be already on his own little journey. You've just landed. You're Heathrow. You are. Here we go. Yeah, you have just departed. Ryanair 5 Uniform Echo. Although, as I said, we're probably not going to cross paths with you anytime soon. Ooh, hang on. 16 hours gone to water. So what happened to Qantas? And we crashed. Qantas 9 has crashed. I'm guessing it meant that his sim crashed rather than the aircraft. Oh, he stalled. He did crash. Okay, right. Heathrow Airport's A380's just gone down. Interesting, okay. Okay, so we'll turn on the auto throttle again, just now I can increase our speed a little bit. Altitude wise, we are also now level, so that's always a good sign. Spoilers arms. So yeah, when he's crashed, because he's actually still in the sim, so no, his sim can't have crashed because he can still chat. I can see unicorns now starting to get a bit of a mess. I love Unicom sometimes. I just love that sim as a whole. The community is a painful but fun, lovable mess. Pay respects to the Qantas 9. There we go. Now level off and descending will continue. Yeah, 120 for next waypoint. And we're actually about to enter the UK as well. You can see Orbex England in action there. Go. Not too long now. We'll be back into the UK just before we leave on March 29th at 11 PM local time. Or band there if you're down there. Since I am low, I could potentially try live weather again. No, it's not this page. I wanted to go to configuration. And sets clouds to match road conditions. Yeah, still scattered, so that should be a little nicer for us now. Is that real world conditions? Flight config. Yeah, real world conditions. Okay, so that does make sense. Looks out the window. It's scattered there, so yeah, kind of expects that in the sim. So now passing through 14,000. A little fast, but that's fine. We can use drag again. Whew. Weather changed a bit. Just took a few seconds. Alright, let's use drag now just to reslow the aircraft down since it's going 300 knots at this point. Not over speed, but ridiculous nevertheless. In fact, let me just disable auto throttle and completely idle throttles for a little bit. Good. Yeah, bring back auto throttle now. Drag will turn off the moment. Since at this point in time, we actually should probably start now getting ready to land. In fact, something I haven't done yet is even set the landing reference. So using 30 flaps, 1105, 223. Gotta be quick with that. 110. Whoops. 0.5 1105. It's quite simple and actually change, fortunately. 105, 105, 223, it's scared of the drag. 223. 223. Perfect, that'll do me. encoding overload. Ouch, is the video going to start lagging a bit, unfortunately. Because OBS just can't seem to handle something there. A few drops frames, but we should be alright. Passenger views looking good so far. Still in the air. But yeah, the main important one is this one. Which, yeah, getting very close now to actually to the waypoint. Should we start descending a little more? We should do. Why aren't we? Oh, top of descent from flight level 120. That makes sense. So in a moment or two, we'll then start lowering the flaps and get ourselves ready to descend and land into Stansted. We should be number 1 for landing. Squeeze this out here. EGSS traffic. Approaching runway 27. ETA. How many minutes to landing? Landing in approximately 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes to landing, 10 minutes. Is that actually a PA system one we can use? Prior landing, yes it is actually. Because we can actually go full on with that. There goes. Now continuing our descents. Using drag. This auto throttle is never going to be able to keep this aircraft below 250. Like seriously, come on. Anyways, it's yeah, get ready to start lowering the get ready to start landing lights, start lowering the flaps. We are now connected to the localizer, I believe. This magenta line has now come on in action, but I don't see any. Yeah, VO1's no, VOR's not yet connected. Okay, it's not yet there, but it should be by the time we come into a final in Stansted. Like I said, it was a little later than usual. But it should be enough anyway. So zoom in one more time on the PFD. And let us lower our landing lights now. APU, we can also start. There we go. And breaking the ground there, I'm not sure what that is. Or why X-Plane's being so weird at the moment. Oh no, last time we actually did this was when it actually crashed last time. Try and just kill everything off. Yeah, try not to move the camera around too much now because even X-Plane's starting to run out of memory. It's obviously coming down to OBS, because OBS, for some reason, has really been rather bad for me. It really has been terrible these last couple of streams. So, I do need to be careful now of that. Okay, past 10,000. There you go, we now are connected to the localizer, you can tell, because the runway information has now just appeared there. Although set to 43, should be 223, it doesn't matter, okay. Yeah, and 20 nautical miles, 15 nautical miles even, we will then be making our final left turn and on final runway 27. There we go, right. ISX 223, DME 20.2, so 20 nautical miles from the airport now, 20 nautical miles. And it means that once we are now on final, we can just set the sets the ILS, set the glide slope, and at 1,000 feet we can then deactivate that, and then come in for a manual landing. And this being UK 2000, expect the flat runway as well. Okay, Go 9,000. Set the altimeter. Altimeter 1016. There we go. And landing will be in 4 minutes. 4 minutes till touchdown. Yeah, Sims now stops lagging and freezing a little bit, and I see the scenery that caused the issue earlier has now also kind of disappeared, so it's always a bonus. So that's now to 5 PFD, and that should show me basically everything I really need to know, which is just a fun left turn, and now short approach into the runway, flaps, set that. Yeah, we'll let the aircraft try and slow it down a bit because we're going very fast at the moment. I will say, not the kind of speed I want in this final part of the flight. And flaps, we haven't even started setting yet, and we're going a bit too fast for flaps in the first place, so it's going to be a very late one, I'm afraid. ,4,000 feet per minute. Sheesh, we are going to go way too fast into the final. Okay, that would be the last layer of clouds at 3.6. We're now going through. We'll break through that, make a left turn, and then come into land. Right, here we go. Aircraft levels off.
1,000 to go.
It's fine. We now have some mass slowdown. Hopefully by the time my gear goes down as well, it means that we can level the aircraft off. There we go. Sets the VOR. Set the approach. Nope, not yet. Yeah, we're going down the red for the flaps, which is not a good sign. Anything to slow the aircraft down. On final, EGSS runway 27. In other news, sorry, it's runway 22. Correction, runway 22.
Thousand feet, stabilized, missed approach altitude set.
Much of that. That'll do. Very fast approaching, but hey, we should be alright. 190, 180. Deactivate autopilot, take manual control. Put a bit of throttle in just so that once it comes to our flare, we're not going to be too out of action. Sim is also very laggy at the moment, which is not a good sign. Are we down? 339, I'll accept that for such a terrible approach. Problem is, the sim is frozen on the runway. Oh, and it's now not responding. Screen's gone black for me. We're not. Come on, just bring the aircraft down will be a landing well done for me, because I genuinely don't know what's going on right now. Come on, there we go, back, I think. Oh gosh, that was horrible. Why can't I control my rudder? I can't actually control my...
80 knots.
I can't control my rudder. I can't control my gear right now. Something's disconnected. Preferably before we hit the fuel tanks. My rudder is not actually moving at the moment. My front nose gear... Come on. And now we can move the... Well, that is there of my worst landings ever. I don't particularly know how to react to that, because everything just went wrong with me for that landing. I can now move my nose gear at least. My rudder is still frozen. And I've somehow managed to make it up onto the private part of the airport, so I have to cut across the runway again. But that was... Again, I genuinely am a bit speechless right now. I don't know how to react to that. Runway 22 EGO. So you're coming to land now. Hold shorts of the runway then. That's fine. There he is. Landing lights off, taxi lights on, APU is set. Depressurize the aircraft now as well. Yeah, he'll probably have a bit more success than I did. With his 40 flaps. Oh, his flaps actually disconnected from the aircraft, okay. Yeah. I have no words for landing, basically. Even my webcam's just completely frozen. Even my webcam is now just like, okay, let's forget about this. And just die. Right, can we bring the webcam back? See if we can try and do that. I have no idea. Here we go. Kind of. It's frozen. There we go, it's back again, but like I said, I have no words for whatever happened that landing. Ah, boy. Let's increase the flaps. No, what's going on? There we go. There we go. Now you vacated. We'll now cross the runway. Crossing runway 22, we somehow manage to veer off the runway after the sim froze and everything, and yeah, I just lost all rudder control. I just lost all flight control basically. And lost all flight control on touchdown. So, we landed first, but we are going to be behind him during taxi. So slow down a bit. See what I mean? There we go. That's back to normal. Oh, this thing's got a... This thing has like a chrome sheeting on it, so it just reflects into my own eyes, which is great. We're obviously using different scenery because he's nowhere near the taxiway right now. Yeah, Project Fly will have picked up that random veering. Oh, hoping this hasn't. Okay, smart cars. Yeah, smart cars has detected a landing, but hasn't also detected the fact that I went off the runway, so that's one benefit, I guess. Bit heavy on touchdown, I will be honest, but again, with that approach, things weren't going right, and obviously the way the landing happened kind of just showed off. Yeah, I'm not sure where you're going, but yeah, the way the landing happened did kind of just put the icing on the cake as to how terrible that landing was. Definitely one to forget about. Hopefully next week things are a little bit better for me. Parallel 737 taxiing, although I'm again not sure where exactly you're going. Through the fire station, I see, at least. Okay, that's just the quirk of that sim. Maybe when Poznań releases, we'll get that solved, won't we? Maybe when Poznań releases. Another Ryanair to my right there. Actually, two of them version 1, I see. I will go for one of these smaller gates out here. So make a right turn shortly. another right turn shortly, next gate. There we go. Looks good thus far. And halt here. Parking brake set. Engine on the APU, power on the APU, sorry. Engines cut. And there we have it. Welcome to London Stansted Airport. After that interesting way to perform a landing. Let's get rid of the strobes. Anti-collision is working out, turn off. Is it even worth showing a replay of that landing? I honestly don't think there is. Finalise the flights on the trackings and whatnot, so you can go. Projects for fly can also go as well. Complete. I mean, we made it, but it's very hollow. We made it. I mean, if I quickly disconnect from a Squawk box, set up the replay. Let's go to that landing, shall we? Alright, so at this point, things were fast, but things were recoverable. It's just been a long landing at the runway. I mean, that makes sense. Slight crosswind, but we can manage it. 10 knots. And at this point, I have got manual control, trying to keep this on the glide slope. I mean, at this point, a fairly standard approach for me. This I can't argue. But what happens next is what really gets me going with this one. So, crabbing slightly, but in a second we'll just level the aircraft off and come in for a touchdown. Now I'm keeping on my rudder and my nose wheel. Are they both actually twisting? And I am definitely attempting to try and keep the straights. Yeah, that's fine. Shall we make it? And then I am now trying my best to keep the aircraft left. If it's to the right. I have no... Look, rudder's not twisting at all. Nose gear's not twisting. Braking's doing nothing. We managed to avoid all the signs and whatnot at least, but yeah. Even now the rudder's not twisting. Nose gear's not moving. That has been... There you go, now the gear's moving. There, now it all moves. But, I mean, that's going to be fair enough, but nothing in here indicates that I have any reason to have no control over the rudder. All the icing should be set. I mean, window, fair enough. Don't need... yeah, wing anti-ice, engine anti-ice. Yeah, those are fine. Pro heats are on. I'm not sure why my rudder froze up. I have no reason to explain why my rudder froze up there. But that just ruined the landing, basically. There's no other words to explain that. Other than just hope that next time things will be a little bit better, I guess. But, yeah, I think now is a good time to end it. And, yeah, hopefully, like I said, so next week, and to the slightly larger flight, which will be the entire day thing. So Saturday morning, we'll be starting. Trying to do 6 flights in all. 5, 6, depending on how many like hours that'll take. But it'll be basically like 7:30 in the morning till 4:30 in the evening. So do tune in if you're interested in long turnaround flights and whatnot, because this will definitely be for you. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Like if you did, do subscribe. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.